In the picturesque lake area of New South Wales, Australia, where life moves on at a tranquil pace, in its vibrant community, where nature's beauty seems unparalleled, a sinister story recently unfolded. A tale that shocked both the medical community and the world, reminding us that the most serene landscapes can sometimes harbor the darkest secrets. This is the harrowing account of an Australian woman who unwittingly became a host to a horrifying intruder, a parasitic worm in her brain. It all began on an ordinary evening in a quiet neighborhood nestled amidst the picturesque lake area just east of Canberra. Sarah, a middle-aged woman who had lived a peaceful life, was going about her daily routine. The sun was setting, casting a warm golden glow over the landscape. Little did she know that this serene evening would soon take a terrifying turn. As Sarah was preparing dinner, a sudden and excruciating pain coursed through her abdomen. This was just the beginning of weeks of ordeal. It was a torment unlike any she had ever experienced, and she feared the worst. Sarah was taken to a local hospital after enduring for 3 weeks abdominal pain, diarrhea, dry cough, fever, and night sweats. A team of medical professionals and seasoned physicians began to unravel the mystery behind her excruciating pain. The medical team was perplexed. Her symptoms didn't align with any common ailment. It was clear that they were dealing with something unprecedented, but did not know how to help her. Through the course of the year, the symptoms also included headaches and forgetfulness. Later that year, a battery of tests including X-rays and MRIs revealed a chilling truth. Something was not right in Sarah's brain. The scan showed a mysterious shadow, a presence that should have never been there. Shocked and alarmed, the physicians knew they were dealing with an unprecedented and life-threatening situation. She was referred to a hospital in Canberra. At the Canberra hospital, consulting with the neurosurgeon Dr. Hari Priya Bandi, the medical team came to a grim realization. Immediate surgery to obtain a biopsy was the only option. The operating room was tense as Bandi and her skilled team prepared for surgery. Sarah lay unconscious on the operating table. Her life was hanging in the balance. The procedure was intricate and fraught with suspense, every moment seemingly an eternity. As the surgical team meticulously bored a hole through Sarah's skull, the room was filled with heavy silence. Dr. Bandi plunged her forceps in to grab a piece of tissue. She found the unimaginable. She found a wiggling, living creature. A worm, 8 centimeters long. Wide-eyed and perplexed, she placed the repulsive creature in a sterile container.
I dissected around the abnormal area that you could see on the scan. I thought, gosh, that feels funny. You couldn't see anything more abnormal. And then I was able to really feel something separate. I took my tweezers or my tumour holding forceps and I pulled it out and I thought, gosh, what is that? It's moving, take it out of my hands. And we put it in a path pot, thank goodness.
The unthinkable sight sent shivers down their spines. A parasitic worm, a true horror that had resided within Sarah's brain. Dr. Sanjaya Senanayke was called in to have a look at the horrifying worm, and he confirmed it to be an Ophidascaris, a worm parasite normally not found in humans.
The patient involved in this had a protracted illness. It was a sort of mystery diagnosis, and I was on what we call ward service, looking after other patients in the hospital who had infection problems, and I got a call saying, we've got a patient with an infection problem. We've just removed a live worm from this patient's brain. And so then, of course, there was a flurry of activity in our microbiology laboratory, just trying to work out what this worm was. And eventually, with the help of a very clever CSIRO scientist, we worked out that this was a new parasite that had never been seen in a human before.
Infectious disease doctors routinely deal with infections of the brain. But how this worm found its way into Sarah's brain even baffled him. Ophidascaris does not transmit between people. A conventional host for this type of worm is the carpet python. Further investigations brought to light that Sarah would forage for greens, including warrigal greens by the lakeside where these carpet pythons are found. It is possible that Sarah got infected with a parasite through the contaminated greens. How the worm actually got into her brain is still a mystery. Thankfully, the surgery was successful. Sarah, now in recovery, awoke to the reality of a miraculous escape. Dr. Senanayke and Dr. Bandi explained the extraordinary situation she had faced, and she couldn't help but shed tears of gratitude. Her life had been spared from a nightmarish intruder. Sarah's story stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering dedication of medical professionals who confront the most unimaginable challenges. This incident is a stark reminder that even in the most innocuous, serene and tranquil areas, terrifying infections can lurk. In the past 30 years, 75% of new infections are zoonotic. Is it because we humans are breaching the human-nature divide through unplanned blatant development and urbanization? Scientists say that we can expect many more such surprising infections in the near future.